Hi, welcome to the movie aftermath for Tak3n. There were almost no reviews for like the movie, like at least in my general circle of like critics I look at, and it came out in like the second week of January, so it's just that good.
Isn't it the second week of January?
Second week of January, yeah,
It's
or
still-
first week. It depends how you want to.
It's
It
still
depends
the
how you want to
second
look
week.
at it.
It's still the second week.
Second weekend, though. Depends how you want to look at it. But anyway, again, Tak3n, it's just that good. Did you like it?
Yeah, you don't have to. If you haven't seen 1 and 2, you don't need to.
Okay, because I was afraid you couldn't tell he was ex-CIA.
That's hard to not get that he's got some kind of background.
Okay, but I mean,
Especially when they went over, his background.
okay.
Like 20.
I know, but that was like at the half-hour mark.
I don't care.
Okay.
The first half hour was like just the background on the whole thing that's gonna happen.
The first 80 minutes of the movie, I was kind of baffled of how poor, like the plotting of it all. It baffled me entirely
Good or bad?
in a bad way.
What way?
Because like, okay, the whole opening that's completely sort of inconsequential between the Russian bad guy and like Stewart's accountant or something, or assistant.
The first 80 minutes.
Like starting from that as an example.
That's like the very first minute.
I know, but that's an example. Like immediately the movie gets off on like the wrong foot for me. Then like comes all like the weird plot holes. This is like, they brought it at the end of the movie where Liam Neeson like he was getting bagels on the way to meeting his wife when then he finds out she's murdered, and then at the crime scene, Forrest Whitaker, the guy investigating the case, he eats the bagels right then and there, and he notices that they're warm, and yet that's not they don't think the first thing to do is to look up the bagel place and investigate where, because it was literally like she texts him, "Hey, want to meet and eat bagels?" And then like that's the first thing he does, and comes back. So you think he'd do that? He'd investigate the bagel things.
Why does he need to investigate the bagel place? Plus, he did go there, but
He didn't ask for like who like.
They didn't show him asking.
Yeah, and there was a whole like 15 second scene of Liam Neeson going to the bagel store, asking for bagels from the clerk, and her saying, "Oh, be careful, they're really hot." And then like that adds up to nothing, other than they're hot. And plus, I'm pretty sure he pronounced it as bagels for like a half a second.
That's all it takes to say the word, but
No, he said bag. I think when he first like on the phone, he's reading the text. I'm pretty sure he said bagels.
I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what he said. It's half a second out of what, 2 hours?
I know, but that's a Community reference to me, and to me that made me laugh.
Plus, yeah, maybe the bagel scene isn't, necessary, but who cares? They put it in.
I know, but everything like it seems so
It's not
extraneous.
a plot hole, is my point.
Not a plot hole, but like I think it's like something they could like that you think was supposed to be used to tie in back. Like I feel like Forrest Whitaker, he's at the bagel shop. Like there's like an extra long shot where he's supposed to be when he's going through the exit, and you think like he's gonna dive right in and ask the clerk, and no, he just leaves.
So?
Then that scene was completely pointless.
That's what I said, but it's not a plot hole.
So it's completely pointless. It's a it adds to the movie, to like this kind of a bloat of a movie where like the first 80 minutes is like the structure is like after, he's supposed to go on the run. Just like he investigates
It's supposed to suggest that he knows something. Or that he at least asks questions.
He's the worst cop ever. All he does is have like, okay, this is like night piece, chest piece, and like this rubber band.
It's not that he's an investigator. He's just not supposed to do all the frontline action. Yeah. But he himself is not a bad cop. It's everyone ignoring him.
He's still a really bad investigator.
No, I don't think so.
He's not really investigating anything after some point. He's just like ordering around things.
Yeah. I know that. Yeah.
And even then, Liam Neeson, like, again, for the 80 minutes, he's not really beating up anyone. He's just sort
old.
Good.
He's old. He knows his limits.
He did like... Okay, when the first Taken came out, it was 2009. He was already 56.
No, I'm talking about in the movie. In the movie.
He's done badass stuff the entire franchise.
No.
That's not a question.
Listen to me. Listen. How old was he in the movie? Not him in real life. In the movie.
56.
Yeah, okay. And how old is he now?
61. If you're following real time, there's no difference.
Not real time. Movie time.
We assume they're spaced out in the same way for at least 2-3 years between each movie.
What's the biggest thing he did in the second movie?
Second movie.
What's the biggest thing he did? That shouldn't be possible.
What?
What's the biggest thing he did?
Big shootout at the end of the movie. He survives much worse in this movie. He survives that car crash somehow.
The one that he got pushed off.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if he slides out, like they showed him.
Yeah.
And so he's not sliding down and rolling down. He slid out.
What about that whole shootout at the end of the movie? That was worse. That was worse than whatever they had in 2.
That looked pretty bad. Hey, you gotta keep in mind, I have no idea what happened in number 2.
Yeah. Number two was balls.
What was the whole point of this again?
It's like the extraneous plot points and how a lot of these characters are idiots. It's like he saved his wife from this in the second movie. Why would they kill him? Or he's at the gas station and he's investigating and he the cops can see that the footage right in front of him that his wife got kidnapped. Why couldn't he just say, "Look at this"?
Those weren't their orders. And they don't have the right to say, "Oh, he's innocent."
I know, but it's movie
based off that, because what if he was in that van?
Well,
and he, you don't. It's the possibility.
But
he's no matter how illogical. No, he is. Yes, but they think he's just on a homicidal rampage. Well, the cops do.
Yeah.
The investigator.
This plays every terrible cop cliche in movie history. There are thousands of cops. Whenever he is and he's running away, there's always 1,000 cops chasing after him. None of them can touch him.
That makes it fun.
What?
Makes it fun.
I know, but it looks ridiculous.
But it's fun.
And LA traffic, there's 3 or 4 different chase scenes throughout LA in this movie. There's no traffic outside of one of them.
The crash?
Yeah, the one, not the crash, on the freeway.
The crash on the freeway.
Yeah. But by the way, that's the exact opposite of the car chase in the Raid 2. In terms of quality. That's the exact opposite. That was terrible.
Well, the whole giant truck now.
No, that whole sequence.
No, well, the cars I think were fine for the most part. Until the truck.
Yeah, that was terrible.
The truck wasn't good.
The CGI.
The truck wasn't good.
Because, other
than that, it's okay.
The CGI on that shipping container was garbage.
You could tell.
Yeah.
You could tell.
And, there's something similar in, Fast and Furious 4.
The oil tank?
Yeah. You remember that too, right?
That was, the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. It looks like... It looks exactly
But it was cooler in that.
Yeah.
And it exploded.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a lot of the action in this movie, again, first 80 minutes, the action is terrible. There's not a shot that lasts longer than 5 seconds.
That's because there isn't a lot of action to begin with.
There's enough action in it, but
it's all chasing. There's not really too much action. It's all chasing.
Yeah, but so poorly edited as fuck. I mean, once they get to the leaker, once they start okay, from the fight at the liquor store, which is a pretty good fight, to the end of the movie.
Oh, the liquor. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
From that point to the end of the movie, it becomes That's entertaining.
when it picks up.
Yes.
That's when it starts.
When he actually starts beating up people. That's great.
This is how most of these types of action movies are, where the first it's even with the Raid for the most part.
Yeah.
They build it up.
Yeah.
And then like the last quarter or so.
But at least the Raid, I think it had a better at least it had better action.
Well, it's martial arts.
Yeah. And two, it just had a better sense of pacing and plotting.
But I'm saying is this kind of movie is typical where you have like the last quarter do all the good action and all the first 3 quarters is build up in minor, not as great action.
But this movie just felt entirely very aimless. Outside,
to you.
Because they introduced the Russian guy, but then like he's gone again for like 80 minutes, and they only bring him up at the end when Liam Neeson finds the ex-husband, and they try to bring him back to the movie.
Well, see, he should the Russian guy that killed himself should have said a name and then killed himself. Just cause.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of it.
Yeah, the whole Liam Neeson part of it, like how he's brought into it. He seems very extraneous. Whereas in Taken 2, the whole point, the bad guy was brought in because in the first Taken he killed so many people, including like his son. That felt organic. This one, it was literally just pulling strings out of the air.
This is because he's never gonna have a child, so he'll never know why they do that.
Yeah.
Just saying. So this is why he thinks it's all pointless.
Yeah. Well, it's not good.
He thinks it's pointless.
What do you mean? What do you mean by pointless? Well, like this entire franchise technically is pointless.
He's doing it because he's a dangerous person to people.
Stewart or to Liam Neeson?
Liam Neeson is dangerous to most people, as you know. And he wants his daughter to be safe.
Yeah.
But you have no idea why he does that.
Yeah.
It's because people go after family if they want to get at somebody.
Oh yeah, I was almost expecting like the police, because like they're after Liam Neeson runs away, their whole they're like one of the ideas they bring up is like to keep an eye on Kim, his daughter, and I'm thinking, what if they just sent cops against her, just to draw him out? That'd be terrible. I was half expecting that though. And then you have all the weird Luc Besson, like sort of the French like little bits of quirk of dialogue and just sort of character.
I don't think it's not French. It was Russian.
No, I mean like the writing style, because he's Luc Besson. Well, it's written by Luc Besson.
Because you look at the actual words being said.
Yeah, so like no, because like it's in the same.
To be technical, he looks at the diction of the words.
No, because it's in the same vein as like Lucy and 3 Days to Kill. It's the same sort of like there's certain offbeatness to how some like things are said or done. It's like again, like
did you say this is good or not?
But it's not good. I don't know.
I thought you said that at the beginning.
No, it's not good.
I thought you said it was good at the beginning.
It wasn't good. I mean, like okay, the last third act that was fun, but then otherwise it's not worth sitting through 80 minutes of baffling characterization and plot holes.
It's not plot holes.
This is baffling characterization, plotting.
You think
direction.
This is his problem. He doesn't like the characters.
I'm not.
No, you don't like the characters. You hate the girl.
What?
You hate the girl.
Which girl? I'm fine with it. I'm fine with all the characters. No, just because like the way they act.
He hates the time it takes to get to the action.
No.
Yes,
no,
you do.
It's not good action, so I'm not really excited.
You don't
for
like the time it takes to get there either.
It's not good action either.
He's old.
What?
He's old.
Then why is he making so many of these movies?
I don't know.
Because he's not that old. He's literally made, like, his career revived because of this franchise. He's made nothing but these movies.
Well, that's
For the better part of half a decade.
Good for him.
Like, Liam Neeson, he's on autopilot in this movie. He doesn't care what's going... He's not even that invested in this movie.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, he made his money.
Yes, he did. He made, like, I think... Because he said, like, after Taken 2, he didn't want to do Taken 3, and then this one. And then I think he got paid...
Well, if he said he didn't want to do it, of course he's not going to be that invested.
And then then they gave him, like, I know, but he's a good actor, so he can at least try. And then he got paid, like, $10 or $20 million. Because I'm trying to remember, I heard some kind of big number thrown out there. And I'm like, yeah, that seems about right. Like, somewhere in the $10-20 million range.
Well, if he didn't want to do it, he's not going to be too enthusiastic on it.
I know, but there's a lot of cases where you can. Otherwise...
But he doesn't want to, is the point. So your whole argument just went down. Yeah.
Either way, this movie's not good. Yeah, it's a January movie. Final thoughts for you?
You don't like stories.
I like stories. I like them to make sense.
You like random comedy.
What?
You like random comedy or random action.
I like them to make sense, or I like them to like matter, feel like they matter.
But you don't actually care about the backgrounds.
What?
You don't care about the background stories and stuff.
I care. I want them to have a point. It's like the one with the
very minuscule point. Oh, he killed this guy. He's my enemy now. That gives me the biggest excuse to just go beat up the guy.
Which part are you talking about?
Any movie. Any movie.
Pick a movie that I like, and then I can like that has that point.
Which movies do you like?
You've seen half of you've seen like at least like a fourth of the movies together. You should know.
Yeah, that's a fourth.
Yes, you can pick. You can pick a range.
That's such a small percentage.
You can pick.
Anyways, doesn't matter.
Final thoughts is because this video is really long now.
It's not.
It's 18. It's bordering on 20 minutes soon. So this is final thoughts because I'm pretty
tired.
So
you're tired.
That too.
He's tired. He doesn't like it, and I think it's. I think it can be good, but he thinks it's got no hope.
A little bit. People like, if you like it, that's fine. I didn't. That's all.
I did.
Okay, bye.